What's good everyone, it's Kajani with a crafting guide for the first step of the Splendorous tools that were released in patch 6.35. Besides looking really nice with these effects that remind us of the Crystal Tower, the Splendorous tools also come with an added bonus. When you have a good condition, increases to quality are 1.5 times higher than a normal condition. This is a pretty big deal because it should come in handy with whatever expert recipes that they have planned for us in the future. So let's talk about how to get a Splendorous tool. To get the Splendorous tool quest line started, we have to talk to Chora Zoe to get the quest and original improvement. Make sure you don't skip the cutscenes because they show some pretty wholesome interactions between Moen and Grinault. After finishing the quest, you're going to get a coffer for your first Splendorous tool, then it's time to get to work. There are 2 stages involved to upgrade your Splendorous tool into a crystalline tool. For the first stage dedicated tool, you're going to be using your Splendorous tool to craft a minimum of 20 turn-ins to get an augmented Splendorous tool. In total, the process is going to cost you 1,500 white scripts for each tool after the first one, and a minimum of 1,000 white scripts for the crafting materials. For the adaptive tool stage, you'll be using your augmented Splendorous tool to craft a minimum of 30 items. This step is going to cost you 1,500 white scripts. As an added bonus on this step, you can actually use high quality crafting materials. It's important that you turn in items at max collectability, since at max collectability or near the max collectability, you get 3 turn-in items towards your relic as opposed to 1. If you can't consistently meet the threshold to get 3 turn-in items, honestly, it's just time to take a break to go get better gear. As you can tell, you're going to need a lot of white scripts to get a Splendorous tool, so be sure to take advantage of your custom deliveries. Listed on the screen are a few recipes that you can consider using to farm white scripts. When deciding which one to pick, just pick the one that's easiest for you to gather the crafting materials for. There isn't a script exchange to turn in items at the Crystarium, so I recommend hopping over to Yulmore whenever you need to turn in collectibles for more scripts. As far as the food buff that you'll need to craft these recipes, I recommend the high quality Jenga Biryani and Craftsman Syrup. If you want an additional buff to your stats, feel free to equip a Soul of the Crafter. Overall, the better your stats are, the easier this whole process will be. Let's go over the crafting macro for the 3700 difficulty recipe that you'll encounter in the dedicated tool upgrade step. As always, we start in the progress phase. I'm going to use muscle memory and then a veneration, which will buff our actions to increase progress, and a waste not 2, which will help us conserve durability. So I'll use groundwork and then a basic synthesis, and that will put me at a point where it'll take 1 more job action to complete the craft. Now let's move on to our quality phase, starting with an innovation, then our 1, 2, 3 quality combo of basic touch, standard touch, and then advanced touch. After the advanced touch, I'm going to use preparatory touch, and then that's going to leave me with 5 stacks of inner quiet. I still have 2 steps of waste not 2, so the waste not is going to help me preserve durability when I use preparatory touch. Speaking of durability, I only have 10 left, so let's restore some durability and then increase the quality. So I will start with manipulation and then master's mend, and master's mend is going to restore 30 durability, and I'm going to get an extra 5 since I had manipulation active. So I'm going to use innovation and then our 1, 2, 3 quality combo again, standard, and then here advanced touch, and then I'm going to use a preparatory touch, and that's going to bring me to 10 stacks of inner quiet. So preparatory touch here, and I will have my 10 stacks of inner quiet. So based on my stats, I can pretty much finish the craft right now. So I'm gonna open up the efficiency calculations window, and there you can see the value of my Beer God's Blessing. When I use innovation, that's more than enough to complete the craft, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do so. So now I'm going to use Beer God's Blessing, and then I'm going to complete the craft. So Beer God's Blessing here, and then I'm going to use a basic synthesis, and then I am done. So this was my last one for this step, and time to move on to the next one. Now for the adaptive tool stage. I'm going to start off with a muscle memory, then a veneration, and then a waist knot 2. I am then going to follow that up with a groundwork and then a careful synthesis. The waist knot 2 there helps preserve durability, and now I'm at a comfortable spot where I can move on to my quality phase. I'm going to start the quality phase with a manipulation. Together with waist knot, it's really going to help me preserve durability. So I'm going to use innovation and then start my 1, 2, 3 quality combo with basic touch, standard touch, and then advanced touch. Then I'm going to follow that up with a preparatory touch. Alright, preparatory touch, and then my waist knot is gone. I have 5 stacks of inner quiet, 3 steps of manipulation. I have a good condition, but I can't use it. I have to let the macro do what it do. So let's continue to increase quality. Let's use our favorite combination to increase quality, starting with a basic touch, then a standard touch, and then follow that up with an advanced touch. I got a good condition, and you're going to notice that you will be getting a lot of good and excellence throughout these crafts, which helps out a lot. I used 2 prudent touches there to preserve durability, and now I'm at a point where I can finish up the craft. So I'm going to use Master's Mend, Innovation to buff my trained finesse, and I'm at a good spot here, so time to use my quality finisher. I'm going to use Great Strides, then Beer God's Blessing. Let me see that full bar. Thank you very much. Now I'm going to use 2 Careful Synthesis to take me home. I have that good condition, but again, gotta let the macro do what it do. So Careful Synthesis, then another Careful Synthesis, and then I am done. That's all I have for this video covering the Splendorous crafting tools. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If not, I will catch y'all in the next video. Until next time, peace.